Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of May 27th. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're talking about taking advantage of the second chance to become a shipper of choice. In this 2-minute warning, folks, we're talking about having second chances. And the reason why we bring that up is because there's been a significant softening in the transportation sector, especially in the truckload area. LTL rates are still holding firm, but there's been a significant softening in the truckload sector. Now, one of the reasons we bring this up is because one of the things that shippers heard over and over and over in 2018 was they needed to become a shipper of choice. But I heard back from some shippers that said, Mike, the thing about being a shipper of choice is the fact that A, it takes some time, and second, implementing it under conditions where capacity is so tight can be really tough and challenging. Well, guess what? Capacity isn't the factor that it was back in 2018, and that's why we're encouraging you to look at what it would actually take to become a shipper of choice. Now, why is this so important? Well, one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they consider being a shipper of choice is to focus on their relationships with their carriers. Specifically, how we interact with those carriers is going to make a big difference on whether or not we're a shipper of choice. And a lot of that's true, but one of the things that a lot of shippers have found out is that becoming a shipper of choice requires me to address internal practices and processes which impact those relationships with my carriers. And folks, that's where it can be very challenging. Now, when you have the opportunity that you have right now, according to the FTR index, for example, shipper conditions are favorable because trucking conditions have turned negative. It could go on and on, but practically speaking, why not get your team together and look at the things you're doing within your walls? Now, if you're interested in looking at that, there's a couple of resources that we have available for you. First is our ebook about developing a comprehensive transportation spend management plan. We introduced that a couple of months ago, gotten rave reviews. People have told us how helpful it is because it clarifies what you're trying to accomplish, some things that you can do to create that plan, and the benefits that you'll experience once that plan is implemented. But also, we have people over at our Supply Chain Edge Consulting Group. They do a dynamite job of helping companies look at their practices and processes and how it impacts their relationships with their carriers and how it impacts their freight budgets. So if you're interested in learning more about the Supply Chain Edge capabilities or getting our ebook or our rapid assessment process, simply give me a call or send me an email. Because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we are on your team, we're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.